bus. It is November 27, 2019. When you're, not everyone is considered an animal, a beast, but when you know you're among those that are, and that's for many reasons, you have to take steps of protection. And me documenting Dwayne Arrington-Bey is one of my steps. And you know they behave as such. They treat as animals and they behave as such. So you have to take different measures to protect yourself as you are demonstrating yourself as a naturalized being. Someone keeps saying stay, like they were doing with Abbas when he was in American Extended Stay visiting, and they would say brother. Or the military. They would say the word military, police. I'm feeling a sharp little pain where my fallopian tubes are, or uterus. It is November the 27th, 2019. I'm on Annapolis bus in Annapolis, Maryland, going to Arrington-Bey. And once again, those that are demonstrating themselves as animals, they will not be able to leave outside of this landmass. They will keep them quarantined unless they go to another place where they are demonstrating they are in that same jurisdiction. And that is in connection to those that speak Spanish not claiming a nationality, because Hispanic is not a nationality. So 9 times out of 10, they are being treated as slaves in their landmass as well. Or on that landmass. It could be anywhere that speaks Spanish. But they go to a nation or a country where they are demonstrating natural law, then that's when you will see a difference. And this is what the National Grand Sheik was speaking about, the New World Order, in reference to slaves.
Yeah, we were in Paris. For vacation.
In that jurisdiction. Being seen as a slave.
Oh, in summer, yeah. I did the same thing this summer. And you went to Europe? Yeah, 2.5 months. Yeah. That's what the other part is. I don't know if you're gonna stay here long term. So like, you have fun? I did. We went to Paris, went to Slovenia, Bulgaria, Turkey, Greece. Wow. Great. So I'm for like Easter one. Yeah, we did some. So we actually stayed in Turkey for a while on the coastline. That's really cool. I've heard they're very friendly. Very nice. Oh, they were very nice. Yep. Welcome back. Thank you. See you later. I didn't Greece. I love Greece. No, I didn't really like Greece too much. This Athens. You were in Athens?
The United States military, or those that are in that jurisdiction that haven't taken an oath or affirmed to uphold the constitutional code, that's how many travel under the treaties to do so, but they definitely are seen as slaves or chattel property.
And the refugee issue is out of control right now.
When I was there, that was just starting.
Yeah,
So.
we just flew from there.
That's a holiday.
You too, thanks.
And that's what they use to travel.
Greece is the best.
And then they come over here and start molesting and raping and stalking national divine women, Moorish American women, and Moorish American men. Negro, black is not a nationality. It's not considered a part of the human family. Pale skin is not a nationality. White is not a nationality. It's not considered a part of the human family because you have to have a nationality in order to be in the constitutional fold and be considered naturalized. Hispanic is not a nationality. So when those that travel, as I was speaking before I came here on this bus, before I got on the bus, when those travel outside of this country, Dwayne Bathfield Bay, and they haven't claimed a nationality or been naturalized according to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 4, those foreign nations see them as property, chattel property, slaves traveling. And so they are traveling, as some would say, in their place. And they better behave as such. Because they know exactly what can happen.
So this bus doesn't go by Amber Oaks area?
No, you would have to, at the mall, you would have to get on your ready. They'll be there when I get there. And he goes to Astro.
Okay, okay. Alright. Thank you. If not, we just gonna walk.
No, he'll take you right to that way.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because we went the other way earlier, so I didn't come back this way yet.
Are you talking to me now? Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. Woo, hold on a minute, sir.
You good? That's good.
Thank you, sir, for your patience. I'm about to get off the bus. Hold on 1 second. Oops. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought the lady was talking to me, Dwayne Buffett. She looked at me and said, "See you later." The black lady. She's the only one on the bus, and nobody else is on the bus. Like I said, you're dealing with terrorists. So one of them could be like, I'm not accusing her, stalking. Maybe they want to rape Imani. That understands a Negro, Black, or African American want to rape Imani and start saying that Imani Gray Hyphen is her husband. So I don't know, but I asked, when she looked at me, she like, "See you later." I said, "Are you talking to me?" But there's nobody else on the bus. She said no. But I was talking about traveling before I got on the bus. And it was interesting how she started to speak about herself, and I was speaking about the United States Navy and the Army, and how she started to speak about, she was speaking with another African American black, unless they claim a nationality, a black Negro female, about traveling outside the country. And I was speaking about the United States Navy and Army and other military agencies that have not taken an oath or affirmed to uphold the Constitution Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, and the 13th Amendment 20 sections being used as terrorists and slaves. Slave breeding. So because you're dealing with experiments where they could be mixed with animal of some sort DNA or whatever, what have you, dog, ape, you don't know what it is, and they're trying to slave breed them in our ancient ancestral line as Moorish Americans, and they're unclean in spirit. So African American, Negro, Black does not make them be in the same line as you, but and so therefore you're looking at something that you think is like you, but it's not, and yet they're trying to breed. They're being used to be bred, and they're trying to breed. So that is something to think about. Not once again, I'm not accusing that lady, but she did look at me and said, "See you later," smiling. And I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And it's just me and her on the bus. She said no. Okay? Some of the most aggressive behaviors I've experienced in Wayne Baffin Bay has been from the Negro Black African American females. We don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland, and the Negro Black African American males. We don't know anyone personally here, nor have we decided. No, let me walk because I don't want anyone interrupting what I'm speaking about. Nor have we implied we want to know someone personally here, because we understand if you're not in a constitutional fold, you are vulnerable to be used as terrorists, and that's dealing with spiritual rape, murder, and other forms of causing harm. And if you're trying to get back into the constitutional fold, and you have an element that's out there that's going against that which is demonstrating freedom, then it's important to be careful. Many times those that are under status of Black, Negro, African American will say the word paid a lot, or someone outside around the room, where interchangeably the word military or have an accent on the American extended stay, say paid, especially when Imani Gray-Bey, who's 25 years old, arrived. And then there's also the pale skin, and then that which speaks Spanish. So when you're among a group of people who are trying to implement slavery any means necessary, then that's why. And you say people who are not in the same ancestral line as you. No one here in Annapolis, Maryland can say they know Imani Gray-Bey or I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey personally. No one. So there is no reason to have acts of harm or terrorism done or violent unless you yourself is an animal, a beast, and you behave as such because you are treated like an animal or beast. There's no reason for forced engagements, no reason to cause harm, no reason to think that we want your mental thoughts forcefully on us, upon us. Nobody here can say they know us personally. We have never hung out with anybody here. We had never went to a party, sat down at a restaurant. We communicate with Moorish Americans and natural divine beings, or in that same state of mind. We are not a part of the slave breeding process. And I'm not saying everyone here is, but obviously there are unclean spirits that demonstrate violent, or some would consider odd behavior. So that's where I'm at now. It's November 27, 2019.